Hi, this is Johnny, your friendly local realtor. Welcome to the June 2021 monthly market report. The summer season has started and the weather is starting to heat up, but I'm wondering if it's as hot as the current housing market. Traditionally, summer is when home buying and selling peaks, but basing on how intense housing market was since the beginning of the year, I can't imagine how the rest of the summer months will be. Today, aside from finding out what's happening in the current housing market, I would like to look in depth about housing affordability. Because due to rapidly rising home prices, people are starting to wonder if it's worth purchasing their homes right now. We're going to find this out today, so please stay with me. So let's start out with looking at current inventory. This is what Ivy Zelman said in her latest Z report. This month, our broker contacts reported a continuation of robust demand and intense competition from buyers to win houses, with bidding wars, all-cash offers, waive contingencies, and rent-free leasebacks increasingly common in many markets. Now, why are buyers continuing to do this? It's because of lack of inventory, which translates to lack of sellers putting their homes in the market. If you look at this map procured from NAR, it represents seller traffic for the entire country, indicating bluer the color, heavier the traffic. And as you can see, most of the country is predominantly gray in color, meaning weak seller traffic or not many sellers putting their homes in the market. Now let's compare this to the buyer traffic map. Quite the contrast from the previous map. You can see it's predominantly dark blue, meaning heavy traffic. These two maps are a clear depiction as to what's happening in the housing market right now all across the country. So we have more people wanting to buy than sell, and this is causing shortage of inventory, which in turn puts upward pressure on prices. And this is what we see throughout the country. This is year-over-year price appreciation for the first quarter this year, data from FHFA. As you can see, on average, all across the country, we had 12.6% appreciation, but looking in detail, we can see the mountain states in red had the highest appreciation at 15.7%. And Georgia and South Atlantic states, we had on average 12.3%. You can tell from this data that all regions are boasting double-digit appreciation within a year. This is a huge number, but this appreciation will continue on rest of the year according to the projections by these experts. From MBA projecting 10.3% appreciation to Freddie Mac at 6.6%, all these experts have raised their appreciation rates since their last projections, because this is due to lack of homes coming into the market as well as delays we see in new constructions. Delays in new constructions? Now what is this about? Why are there delays in new constructions? Robert Dietz, chief economist at NAHB, explains. The decline in single-family permits indicates that builders are slowing construction activity as costs rise. While housing starts were strong at the beginning of the year, due to home builders constructing homes that were sold pre-construction, higher costs and limited availability of building materials have now paused some projects. You might have heard about rising costs in building materials in the news, and this is definitely impacting homes from being built. Of course, this can't be a good news for the buyers, because apart from anticipating more resale homes to come into the market due to success with COVID vaccine, new construction was another big part of adding more inventories in the market. So does this mean the total numbers of inventories in the market declined? Well, no. If you look at this map by Realtor.com, month-over-month comparison of inventories over most of the states have risen. National average at 2.5% and in Georgia at 2.1%. Now, this is not a significant boost in numbers, but it's a good indicator that the people are feeling safe to list their homes and more resale homes are to be seen in the market. Now, let's move on and talk about housing affordability. With the rapidly rising home prices that we've been seeing, people are wondering, are homes even affordable? Mark Fleming, chief economist at First American, gives little insight into this. He said, looking back at the bubble years, house prices exceeded house buying power in 2006 nationally, but today, house buying power is nearly twice as high as the median sale price nationally. Many find it hard to believe, but housing is actually undervalued in most markets, and the gap between house buying power and sales prices indicates there's room for future house price growth in the months to come. So what does he mean by this? Well, there's certainly a room for the home prices to go up, and he's saying house buying power and houses are actually undervalued in most markets. We certainly don't hear about this, but when you look at the numbers, it becomes quite apparent. Please take a look at Housing Affordability Index by NAR. This takes us back all the way to 30 years ago. The higher the index, more affordable the home is. And if you look at where we are now, it's actually comparable to times where distressed properties dominated the market right after 2008, as you see in the orange section. This was the time when property value was the lowest, some properties going below half its original value. It was very good affordability relative to what the dollar will buy. So what's the factor now? Well, mostly because of the historically low interest rate and that median income has risen for most Americans today. If you look at this data from NAR, the percentage of median income needed to purchase a median price home historically is about 21.2%, and during the housing crash, that rose to 25.4%. But today, we're sitting at 14.4% on average. So if you thought that the best time to buy your home was 10 years ago because you saw property values halved, well, that opportunity just came back. Because according to Affordability Factor, we're right now quite similar to times when distressed properties dominated the housing market. Well, this is all I have to cover today, and I hope you found today's information helpful. I know how hard it is to buy that home today, but don't give up. Because more inventories are coming into the market, and despite home prices rising, homes are still very affordable. So be vigilant and stay in that hunt. I will see you again next month with more valuable real estate news. Goodbye.